Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King Posh, and today I'm going to show you guys my master all-wheel drive drift tune for this Volkswagen. Here is my share code. Got it? Great. Now hey, hit that like button before you leave. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's move on. And this thing's got 957 horsepower. This thing is called the SP-2. 1976 is the year it was made. It's weird. It's crazy. Let's get into it. Alright, so we've got the 4.0 liter flat 6 in here. I did look at every other engine that this thing has, and this was the most powerful engine of them all. Alright, it is an all-wheel drive drivetrain, but it really has a rear-wheel drive setup. I decided to smash a rear-wheel drive drift tune into an all-wheel drive car. Can't wait to show you guys everything I've done. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we got a twin turbo in here. Alright, of course you can tell it's got that anti-lag going on there. It does have the wide body kit. You know, it's a change, but it's a wide body kit, and we're going to take it. Alright, in the front, I decided to keep it flush. Okay? Alright, you do have these other options here as well. Alright, but I decided to keep it flush. Alright? And then the back, I decided to give it a nice, spoiler. Yeah, it's a spoiler. Alright, you can put a spare tire in the back in case you think that this thing's going to get constant flats. Alright? And you can slap on a piece of plastic in the back and call it downforce. Alright, but I decided to go with this. It looks a little bit more sporty. Alright, and then here I decided to keep it flush. Okay, you can have this and not be flush. And then you can be this and be flush. Alright, and I pressed too many buttons back. I was getting too smooth with it. Now this was weird. Alright, this is just mud flaps here. Alright, as you can see. Alright, so if you're like, what is going on here? It's mud flaps. I decided I didn't need mud flaps. I decided to keep it flush. Alright, and then here, the hood is actually not the hood, it's actually the roof. And I decided I didn't need that. It's basically air conditioning for the car, but look, it adds 4 pounds to cut some holes in the roof and add some flaps. Somehow that adds 4 pounds. So I decided not to do that and keep it flush. Alright, we've got a stock tire compound to maximize that slide. Alright, stock width tires in the front and stock width tires in the rear. Alright, there we go, moving on. And we're using my Red Sport TC105N rims. They're carbon fiber. They're very nice and smooth. We've got 14-inch rims in the front and 14-inch rims in the rear. All right, you can put 19-inch rims on this thing and really make it stand out. All right, it does actually look really good like that. Just showing it off, but I'm not running that because that adds weight. And I wanted to keep this thing pretty light. All right, we just have a stock 6-speed transmission in here. All right, race driveline. That's carbon fiber. And a drift differential. Hey, look at that. That's fine. It's normal. We got race brakes on this bad girl. Sure, I'll go with that. Drift springs and dampeners. Alright. Anti-roll bars for the front. In the rear. Whoa. Watch out. And no roll cage. Here's what the roll cage would look like. Pretty. Isn't it? Isn't it? It is. But it adds 86 pounds. We don't want that. And we are as light as possible. We're saving only 250 pounds. It's something. Alright? I'll give it that. And of course, everybody knows we have, 957 horsepower. So we know everything is on here all the way through on every single part. Alright? It's got that anti-lag. It's got the exhaust, and it's got the flywheel. Everything's on there. Alright? Give you all that power. And it weighs under 2,000 pounds. And It's a 1970-pound vehicle. It's very light. Very light. Alright? Car mastery for this thing, I haven't even seen it until right now. You get 7,500 credits when you get this car. Who doesn't want 7,500 credits? Come on now. Right? Right. Yeah, you can go out there and buy yourself another used vehicle with that price. Moving on, we got tires at 55 and 55 to maximize that slide. All right, here is my gearing. As you tell, it doesn't go all the way to the end of 255 projected miles per hour. But I just decided to work around that and have a top speed of 214 because I think that's just about what you need with this vehicle. Here is the alignment, and like I said, this has a rear-wheel drive drift tune on an all-wheel drive car. I decided to switch it up with this thing because the engine is in the back, and I was like, all the weight's back there. I'm going to treat this like a rear-wheel drive car so it can control itself. All right? We don't need a squirrely car. Anti-roll bars are there. They're just there for show. So 1 and 1. Easy and easy. Okay? Springs, I decided that this thing is pretty light. It's a 1970-pound car. Just keep the springs as soft as possible. I did bring up the ride height just a smidge, to keep it at 8.5 and 8.5. All right, dampening is 20/20, 1 and 1. Like I said, this is a rear-wheel drive tune on an all-wheel drive car. All right, it's wild. No downforce to worry about. Brakes, I decided to leave at 15/100, which I would do for a rear-wheel drive car. And then differential is 76, 86, 97, 97. And there's 98%. Now, it's not 100%, it's 98%. And it wouldn't matter anyways, even if I put 100% to the rear. It's an all-wheel drive car. There's always power going to the front wheels. So I decided, you know what, I'll just put it at 98 and we'll call it good. All right, so 98% is going to the rear on this vehicle. And as you can tell, it is first place that people are buying, so it must be good. And I had to show it. So here's my rear-wheel drive drift tune on an all-wheel drive car. Takes off, no problem. Love it. She's a slider. She really is. She's got that all-wheel drive setup, that rear-wheel drive setup, as I could say, on an all-wheel drive car. So you do have that rear-wheel drive feel with, an all-wheel drive setup. Is that what I just said? Pretty sure. Anyways, moving on. Very smooth all the way around. As you can tell, you can see my hand gestures in there. It's very minimum. It's absolutely beautiful. For an A-Class, this thing's pretty fun. And it should be. I love tuning A-Class. Very smooth all the way around. Push, 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 push. There's a 42889. It just showed me an extra point there. I was going to say 888, but it gave me an extra point just because I'm special. But this thing is smooth. Can you tell how smooth this thing is? I love this thing. And I think you're going to love it too. Super fun. There I am. I'm the coffee dude. Yes, that's right. Call me Mocha. Either way, moving on. Super fun to drift. Super fun to get sideways. And I think you guys are going to absolutely love this car. I love this Volkswagen. It's absolutely beautiful. It is super fun to drive. It's got a wild tune on it. It works, you guys can see, and it is flush. Flush. As you can tell, there's nothing in the front. There's a spare tire. That's about it. Like I said, the engine is actually in the rear, but we can't access it. We can. I will just have to take off the tune. As you can tell, see that square right there? That right there. That square right there. That's where the engine's at. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, you can't see it, but it is pretty. I have seen it. It is beautiful. All right, it's a beautiful mass of an engine. It's beautiful. Either way. And that's the video. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, definitely hit that like button. And I will catch you guys next time. Stay sideways, my friends.